Salutations, wayward sinners. February is finally over, officially marking the end of the excruciating holiday season. Now that all the cheer, hope, love, and other amiable feelings are packed away, dread, emptiness, and despair can finally settle back into our blackened souls. It may seem like the days are starting to blur together now, but I say the year is just getting started. There are still 10 whole months left in this year, which is plenty of time to still make the most of 2026. I'm personally looking forward to seeing how many sinners I can make regret ever winding up in hell, and I'm sure many of you carry similar aspirations. On a different note, I have with me 3 letters from fans of my last broadcast. I was pleased to see that some of you have the common sense to mail me your words instead of employing the use of frivolous technology. I do find much amusement in reading whatever you listeners send me. However, I can only do so if I receive your writings in the first place. Now with that settled, let's see what the first letter has to say, shall we? Dear Alastor, your voice is so incredibly wonderful. From the moment I first heard it on your broadcast over 7 years ago, I was enthralled. I unfortunately only caught the last few weeks of your original broadcast. However, since that moment, I've been your biggest fan and have been awaiting your return to the radio. After all, no other host has been quite so irresistibly charming, and you by far deserve the amazing title of the Radio Demon. When your distinct voice again crackled on my radio after all these years, I knew I had to seize the opportunity to tell you all that I meant to tell you over these many years. I love you, Alastor. I love you so, so much. I want to hear your voice every second of every day. I want to meet you and run my hands through your hair and play with your ears and kiss you and Apologies, dear viewers. In order to prevent such abhorrent filth from being aired on my broadcast again, I will be skimming over the letters beforehand. This one looks much more promising. Dear Radio Demon, considering recent events, what is your opinion on Charlie Morningstar? I hear you're pretty close to her since you have worked as a host for the Hazbin Hotel, and I'm curious about what you would say the princess is really like. I would also like to say I'm very glad to see that you are broadcasting again, and I cannot wait for all the entertainment. Sincerely, Randy M. Pearson. Thank you, Randy, for your thoughtful and unobtrusive letter. I must admit that Miss Morningstar has been quite useful to me. Her hotel has provided me with much entertainment, and although its success has been proven, I have no doubt that there will still be plenty of failures to witness and enjoy. Not to mention, as you may have witnessed, she saved me much trouble in my plan for severing some of the strings that were restricting me, as well as helping me to ultimately show that pathetic TV head how to really be a demon in hell. I even told him not to lay his hands on her, and he still couldn't help himself. And Box really thought he could truly be the strongest sinner in hell. Oh, replaying that scene in my mind still brings me so much pleasure. But I digress. Charlie's unwavering optimism and idealism has been such a refreshing contrast to the other denizens of hell, and I'm highly intrigued to see what trials and tribulations those traits will lead her through. Her presence has been a wonderful addition to my daily experience. If only I could exchange her father's loitering present for more of hers. My third letter, fortunately, also is readable. Hi, Alastor. I just wanted to say that I love your broadcast and I find you super cool and awesome. The way you outsmarted Vox and it was revealed that he was lying the whole time made me admire you so much more, and you definitely deserve to be called the strongest sinner in hell. Love, XX Alastor Fan 666XX. You flatter me, my dear. Thank you so much for your praise and for tuning in to my broadcast. Now those are all the fan letters I have received so far. If you would like to ask me anything or have me read aloud your suggestions or praise, please mail your letters to 666 YouTube Comment Street, and I will read them on my next broadcast. Allow me to transition into updates regarding the fine establishment I have been working with. Fortunately for both Rosie and I, after my last broadcast, it appears you dear listeners flocked to Rosie's Emporium and purchased all of her first order of Valentine's Day sweets. In fact, she was elated to find that she had to make a second order and later a third one in order to appease all the sudden demand for her goods. This, in turn, thankfully meant she did not attempt to offload all her leftover candies onto me this year. Similarly, the Hazbin Hotel has boomed in popularity again following the revelation that redemption is in fact possible, bringing in much more customers and therefore work. Fortunately, Miss Morningstar has me as her host. I am also affiliated with Otter Space, a store run by McKenna Otter 29 and belonging to ACG Goods. It appears no one was interested in my Valentine's Day stickers or keychain by the time they were pulled off the shelves. However, I have received news that they will be returning next February and possibly next June if you regret to find that you missed the chance to buy them. Other items, however, are still in stock, and a sticker sheet featuring me and some of the other faces of the Hazbin Hotel has recently come out. With all that said, that is the end of this broadcast. I hope I was able to bring a smile to your faces, and don't you forget to tune on in next time, my dears, for some more delightful entertainment.